It's been exactly 1 year since 51-year-old Willie Allen Turner was tragically shot and killed in the driveway of his Oktibbeha County home. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Selena Schaefer. Family members say it was a robbery that turned deadly. Now, a year later, the family is still searching for answers. Our Quentin Smith has an exclusive interview with the family. He joins us live in the studio with more.
Selena, Willie Turner was a husband, a father, a brother, a son, and an uncle. It's been a long 12 months for his family without their loved one, and they tell me the hardest part for them to accept is the fact that his killer is still out on the streets.
It's just hard. I just can't seem to shake today.
The 4th of July holiday has a different meaning for Linda Turner Edmond. It's a raw reminder of the day her youngest brother, Willie Allen Turner, was tragically shot and killed.
It's hard. It's hard. Even though I have great faith in God. But it's just hard. I wouldn't wish this position on anybody. I wouldn't wish them to be in this position. And I know we all have to leave here. But the fact that it's the manner in which his life was taken.
Turner had his life taken by a bullet. Family members say he was robbed and then was shot and killed in his driveway just as he was getting ready to go inside his home.
We want them to know that they didn't just take his money, but they took a tremendous person, a tremendous family member, and they took a tremendous person from our community.
Those close to Turner describe him as a hard worker and a kind-hearted person, someone who valued his community as well as his family.
He was a hard-working person. He kept a job. Everything he owned, he worked for it hard.
The family has relied on their faith to help them stay strong during this difficult time. And although a year has passed and no arrests have been made, the family is continuing its search for answers.
We're just asking for closure for the family. We're asking for the person to turn themselves in.
We don't want it to be a cold case. And we want everybody to know that he's not forgotten. We're not going to forget him. And we're not going to give up trying to find out who did it.
Now, the family is asking anyone with information on Turner's death to contact the Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department or call Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers. Selena, back to you.
All right, and some tragic news out of Winston County this evening. A 5-year-old is dead after 2 children were playing with a gun and it fired. Coroner Scott Gregory says Jeremiah Brown died of a gunshot wound to the head. Sheriff Jason Pugh says the incident happened this afternoon in the 4000 block of High Point Ware Road. The other child involved is a 6-year-old. Pugh says that the children's guardians had worked the night shift and were sleeping when the shot was fired. An autopsy will be performed. And in a developing story, the search for a missing boater has been suspended for the evening. The Monroe County Search and Rescue Team is still looking for a missing boater. The Monroe County Search and Rescue Team has also said that Sheriff Cecil Cantrell tells WCBI they received the call just after 5. Teams are looking in the area of the Aberdeen Lock and Dam. State Wildlife and Fisheries and officers are assisting with the search. We'll bring you more details as they become available. The Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Office wants to know who put 2 puppies in a garbage bag and threw them out on the side of the road. These 2 pups were found tossed off of Horseshoe Circle about 10:30 this morning. The National Weather Service reports an air temperature in the upper 80s around that same time. Deputies are asking anyone who has any information about these dogs to call the Sheriff's Department. Time now to turn it over to weather for our first look with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith.
Selena, what a great evening we had. The weather held off. The thunderstorms and showers held off. I want to go to Tupelo here and show you our little time lapse from our Alpha Insurance camera at Fair Park. You can see the grand finale here, the extravaganza, about an hour ago here after 9 o'clock in downtown Tupelo. So we had some pretty nice fireworks out there, in Tupelo and other locations here across North Mississippi and West Alabama. Hopefully you could get out there and take advantage. You can see some of these showers and thunder showers weakening back to the northwest. All quiet in our viewing area right now. Can't rule out an isolated shower or thunder shower later on tonight, especially across our northern counties. But I think most spots are going to stay dry around here, just warm and muggy, low 70s. And here's our planner for tomorrow. More the same as we get back to work. Low 90s, we're warm, we're steamy, and go figure, a chance for a few more pop-up storms. The full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, with the 4th of July holiday comes some of the hottest temperatures the area has seen this year. For a holiday that is renowned for outdoor cookouts and boating on the water, it's important to make sure your body can handle the heat. As WCBI's Parker King shows us, staying hydrated is key to staying cool.
You don't need to look at a calendar to know that summer is here in the Golden Triangle. Residents are probably used to the heat after living here for some time, but they still know to stay hydrated when being outside for a long time.
It's very important to make sure you drink plenty of water, Gatorade, Sport-A's, Powerade, anything to keep you rejuvenated when you're out in the sun.
Many symptoms leading to heat exhaustion and heat stroke can take effect quicker the older you get.
Older people are more susceptible to getting dehydrated faster than the young, and so they go down a little bit faster. If you're an older person, you need to stay out of heat, stay in air conditioning as much as you can.
If you're on the water drinking beer or any other kind of alcoholic beverage, it's important that you have enough water to replace the fluids you lose.
You know, out on the beach or out on the water drinking, you need to be careful about drinking too much beer or anything like that, because you will get dehydrated on that.
Inez Ellis is cooking for 25 people. That's why she's prepared for the worst that the sun has to offer.
I have Sprite, water, plenty of liquids. It's getting the dinner ready for my family.
Now, aside from the obvious drinking water and staying in the shade, some other ways of preventing heat-related illnesses are wearing loose, light-colored clothing and using the right amount of sunscreen. Well, if you were cooking today, you were not alone. 162 million of your closest friends and relatives also enjoyed a cookout or picnic today. And the National Retail Federation that tracks things like this estimates most families are spending on average about $73 per person. Americans spend millions on their meat purchases before the Independence holiday. We headed out to a local market. Top sellers here today are hot dogs, Boston butts, pork chops, but according to holiday griller Willie Johnson, it would not be the 4th without a little hamburger meat on the grill.
This is my favorite here. This is hamburger meat. Is one of my favorites. I like it a lot. My kids are extremely satisfied when I cook my hamburger. They always eat it all. Chicken is pretty good, but my hamburger meat tops it all.
And a word of caution to all of you manning the flame this summer: don't leave the grill unattended.
Otherwise, this evening, all quiet here in Columbus and Tupelo. The fireworks winding on down here officially. Weather-wise, we have temperatures in the 70s and lower 80s, still 82 in West Point, 80 in Tupelo. Your full forecast is next.
WCBI News at 10 with Selena Schaefer.
Oh, this is great. Yes, I am Selena Schaefer. It's great to see you tonight, everybody. All right, that was fantastic. Okay, this is the 4th of July, and we had a pretty nice sunset here. This was from Longview, Mississippi. Not too shabby here. We really had a pretty nice evening. Yes, it's been warm and humid, but at least it was dry for most of us here today, or at least this afternoon and this evening. Some wispy cirrus clouds in Starkville. This is our Alpha Insurance time lapse from Columbus. You can see the setting sun, some of those clouds on the distant horizon. Those were actually associated with some thunderstorms up there near the Memphis metro area. Some big-time thunderstorms just to our northwest this afternoon and this evening. As you can see with our live Doppler radar, no problems whatsoever here at 10:14 on this 4th of July. The showers and storms I just referenced falling apart here as they get closer and closer to our area. So those are really on the way out. Now, I can't rule out a pop-up shower or thunder shower as we go throughout the course of the night, especially across the northern and western counties, but most of us will stay dry. It's going to be a warm night with lows down into the low 70s, and here's our planner for Wednesday. 8 o'clock, 79 degrees, 88 at noon, 92 at 4 o'clock. There could be a little bit of rain around initially, but a better chance for some of those pop-up showers and storms, much like what we've had over the last couple of days. And that's basically the forecast for the next week or so. Scattered showers and storms, highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. At times, the heat index, folks, may be up into the upper 90s to around 100 degrees. So we have one system zipping on through the Mid-South right now. More storms and showers out here across Texas, and some of that energy could actually crisscross Arkansas tonight and eastern Texas and initiate some additional showers and storms in our area tomorrow. So we are not done by any means with the shower and storm chances going forward. Now, will you get a storm at in your backyard tomorrow at your place? We'll wait and see. The overall coverage for the next few days here, 30 to 40%. So some spots may get a pretty good downpour. Some spots may not see anything, but you can see some days will offer a better opportunity than others. But let's just say 30 to 40% coverage each and every day going forward. So just more of the same, pop-up showers and storms. The heat index will be a problem. And this is a time of year where you want to stay hydrated, protect your skin from that very powerful sun, and limit your exposure to the outdoor environment. Try to stay in the air conditioning. Tomorrow afternoon, the heat index likely flirting with the century mark across a good chunk of the Deep South. And same story on Thursday, too. Temperature-wise, upper 80s, low 90s here across our region. Some spots could be a little bit hotter than us. So let's just say anywhere down here in the Deep South in July is typically very, very hot, and that is what we are going to see for the next 7 days. Upper 80s, low 90s during the day, a 30% chance for some showers and storms, muggy lows in the 70s.
All right, sometimes making a difference begins in our own hometown. How one woman is challenging her community when WCBI News at 10 returns.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Selena Schaefer.
Welcome back. A Tupelo native comes home with a mission of encouraging unity and peace. Trinessa Bean Pearson now lives in Georgia. She says when she made a trip to Tupelo for Father's Day, she was shocked to hear stories of shootings and other crimes happening in her hometown. She says she was inspired to do something to bring people together. The idea for the Be Free campaign was born. The goal of the rally is to encourage people to break free from crime and negativity. Now, many people who live in Tupelo, including those at today's anti-violence event, say they are worried about crime and about their neighborhoods and about the future for their young people. Our Jory Talley takes a look at how rallies like these can be the first step to change.
Shootings and murders are growing in this city that many say used to be a stranger to violence.
It's a lot of violence in the community. It's a lot of killing, and it's a lot of stuff going on, in the community now that it didn't go on back when I was young.
The last murder was less than a month ago outside of this Tupelo Waffle House. J.C. Bean says more needs to be done to keep killings from becoming common.
I don't think we put forth a big enough effort, for us helping the young people. Because an old man like me, I'm about too old, I'm not going to get in that much trouble. But the young people seem like most of them is looking for something to get into. So if you don't go to church, don't have no church in your life, all you can do is play on the devil's playground.
Policing that playground falls on the shoulders of Atlanta pastor Jay Caprietta. That's why there was no hesitation in making the 4-hour drive when the Be Free campaign founder invited him to the event.
So when we come together for the reason to unite the community, to unite the city, and have the element of God in it, he's the one that's going to change this city. And I believe we can do it. We can do it together.
Tupelo resident Joseph Shumpert believes working together is the solution to crime.
I think it'll help put an end to a lot of the violence, keep kids off the streets, keep them out of trouble.
Now, many groups across Tupelo have been holding anti-violence events over the past year. Belmont looks to get back into winning ways in 2017, and the seniors want to make a run in postseason. The Cardinals are up next on the tour, coming up in sports.
2 straight playoff appearances for Belmont haven't finished the way the Cardinals wanted. This year's senior class is looking to go out in their final season with their first playoff victory. Belmont is the 16th stop on our high school football tour.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and Emerson Animal Hospital, where your pets are family in West Point.
The Belmont Cardinals football team are looking to rebound from another losing season in 2016. The Cardinals are excited about the new upcoming season that lies ahead and are focused on finishing games.
We're excited about the season and the opportunity to show, our hard work this off season, and the kids have really worked hard. We've got 7 coming back on offense, 7 on defense, returning starters. And we got a lot of younger kids and a lot of question marks, but we're just excited about the season and the opportunity.
Senior year, and just, how much, we've been putting in for this upcoming season, hopefully not going 3-8 this coming up here and making the playoffs again.
As you just heard Gage mention, this team does not want to have another losing season. The goals and expectation for this team is to improve and build off from last year and have a winning season for the first time since 2012.
The mindset is, a winning record. We're looking to make some noise in the division and just improve each and every week. I feel like we're going to play hard. We're going to play to the end, and I think we'll finish some games that we didn't last year.
It's just, there ain't going to be a growth spurt from now to the very first game, so we got to put in the extra work now before the first game, so just making the winning season and playoffs.
The Cardinals have 11 seniors on this year's team. Coach Coker and junior linebacker Jared Rodriguez know what kind of leadership this team has.
They're close. Their attitude's good. They're a team-oriented bunch. It's a we, not me for them.
Our seniors really are dedicated to winning this season. And last season it was, I don't know what happened last season, but this season we have these seniors and they care about their teammates more than themselves, and that's what's really special about them.
Belmont is looking for their first playoff win since 2010, and the players hope to accomplish that this year.
That'd be amazing to me. My first playoff win here at Belmont. I've been here 4 years, started all 4 years. That'd be great, get over that playoff hump.
It would really motivate us a lot to have a playoff win.
Belmont will open their season at home against Smithville on August 18th. On the high school football tour with the Belmont Cardinals, I'm Jonathan Flippo with WCBI Sports.
60 Schools in 60 Days with Belmont High School was brought to you by Piggly Wiggly Belmont Ace Hardware.
The tour rolls on tomorrow with Boonville, the Blue Devils. We stop in to check out what's going on up there. Then Manatachee, North Pontotoc round out the work week, and then the weekend begins with Water Valley on Saturday. Then a doubleheader special on Sunday with Holka and Victory Christian right before the beginning of Alabama Week. Aliceville, Sulligent, and South Lamar kick off Alabama Week for the high school football tour. Speaking of football season, it's coming up quick, folks. The ICC Indians, they released their schedule for the upcoming season. ICC coming off a successful 2016, finishing 5-4 while being ranked 19th in the final NJCAA ranking.
We got 5 home games, which is really good, for our fans and our students and our players as well. Start off again with Gulf Coast. I think this is the 5th time we played them, and since 2014. Some very familiar opponent there. Then Hines comes in here game 2. So we're excited about it. The season's around the corner, and kids are going to have to put in their work to prepare themselves to get ready to play a tough football schedule this fall.
That does it for your sports at 4th of July. Last look at your forecast is now.
Look at the wonderful fireworks show there in Starkville this evening. I know plenty of people were out there. I know earlier we saw Tupelo, and Starkville had a very, very large crowd out there at the Sportsplex.
And the weather kind of held off for
I was
these
going to say it was
fireworks
perfect weather this evening.
Weather. Probably a lot of mosquitoes out there. But you know what, at least
hopefully the fireworks scared them away, maybe.
There you go, that's always good, yeah. All right, so some pretty nice weather there for the fireworks against Starkville, and for the next 7 days you can see that we really have more of the same. Scattered showers and storms with warm and humid weather here going forward. That's what we got coming our way, so get ready for it.
Let's hope the weather can hold off like it did today.
Some spots may get some of these showers and storms, some spots may not. So that's just the nature of the beast this time of year. You know what?
Steamy Mississippi.
I know. The best advice here is to find yourself a good air conditioner or
a kiddie pool.
Or, yeah, there you
like
go.
your dog Aurora has found.
She has a kiddie pool, yes, she does.
Alrighty, well, thanks for joining us. Happy Independence Day.